All right, we're here at our next stop on the virtual PWC Day tour. We're at the Cross Creek Water Reclamation Facility. I'm here with Scott McCoy. Scott, thanks for joining us. If you would, tell us how long you've been with PWC, what's your title here, and then we'll just let you do your thing.
Thanks, Lamont. My name is Scott McCoy. I'm the operations supervisor for PWC's 2 water reclamation facilities. I've been with PWC for over 26 years. My responsibilities are to ensure that the reclamation facilities run smoothly and effectively. Obviously we do the wastewater treatment aspect of it, but there's a lot of things that are involved. But first and foremost, we've got a small window to talk about things, but I would encourage you, if you want to get a lot of information, I encourage you to go to faypwc.com and sign up for one of our tours. We are doing small group tours. Although there's a pandemic going on, we are adhering to the CDC guidelines, social distancing, face masks. But we think if you can spend a couple of hours with us, you'd gain a lot of information and knowledge on what we do on a day in and day out basis. It's very informative, it's educational, and we provide a valuable service not only to our customers but to the environment itself.
So how many facilities we got?
As we said in the intro, we have 2 water reclamation facilities. The facility that we're at today is the Cross Creek Water Reclamation Facility. We are located at 601 Northeastern Boulevard. We're directly across from the Cape Fear Botanical Gardens. Within 4 miles of us is the Rockfish Creek Water Reclamation Facility. It's off Old Highway 87 and the new 87. Both plants combined treated well over 10 billion gallons of wastewater alone last year, which was quite a bit. Our plants are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our facilities do not shut down for holidays or weekends. We work through hurricanes. We have 8 certified operators at each location. We have a minimum of 2 operators working around the clock. Our operators work 12-hour rotating shifts. Both plants combined are permitted by the state to treat 46 million gallons a day. We typically average between both plants about 28 million gallons a day.
So try to describe the process, speeding up nature.
Absolutely. All we're doing is speeding up what Mother Nature did hundreds of years ago. Obviously with population growth, we have to process this wastewater very fast and very rapidly. And it's a unique process. It's very interesting. A lot of folks don't understand what it takes to treat wastewater. For the most part, most people, when they get up in the morning or they're doing the dishes, the most important thing to them is that they have water. I get it. I'm a PWC customer as well. But when that wastewater leaves your house, whether it's from the sink, shower, or toilet, it goes out of a small pipe and then it's introduced into a larger pipe into the collection system. That water is conveyed either by gravity into a force main, and then it is pumped to one of our 2 facilities depending on where you are as a PWC customer. Absolutely. As I said, when the flow arrives at the facility, it's introduced into the treatment plant. We have large screw pumps. They have a capacity each of about 12 to 15 million gallons. When the flow is introduced into the facility, we begin a preliminary treatment process, and that includes a screening process. We have large vertical screens, they're about a 1/4 inch in diameter. Those screens provide the type of, they prevent material from passing through, things such as rocks, sticks, applicators, debris. These are things that we cannot process and that can damage our equipment downstream. As that flow moves on, we'll slow the velocity down. The reason why we do that, we allow the inorganic material to settle out, such as sand, silt. Those are types of materials which we call grit. We can't process that either, and it also causes issues for our pumps. That inorganic material, along with that large debris, is put into a container and is taken to the landfill multiple times throughout the week. As that flow transitions to the next phase, we'll bring it into a primary clarification. That's where we put the wastewater into a calm environment. It allows the wastewater and the solids to settle out. So we can pump those solids out, which makes it easier as far as the treatment process for our next stage, which is what we call activated sludge. This is where the biological component comes into play. These are where the microorganisms start to do the work and break down the waste for us.
What are some of the craziest things y'all had to sift through or that you guys have found?
Coming in through the collection system? haven't seen it in a long time. We've seen bicycle tires, we've seen car tires. If somebody can get something into the system, it's going to make its way to the plant. One of the things that we preach to as we're giving tours and to customers is that do not put the flushable wipes into the system. Those are a headache and a nightmare. We encourage folks to put those in a container so they can go to the landfill. Also, we also try to educate our community about do not put grease down into the system. It's a nightmare. We cannot treat that. It's a nightmare not only for our collections folks, but for our wastewater treatment process. So those are some of the things that we deal with on a daily basis because it's still continually coming in. It's just a headache that we'll probably never see the end of. As I was saying, through the biological aspect of it, once it leaves from there, it'll go into what we call a secondary clarification where we'll remove some additional solids. From there, that flow will travel to what we call tertiary sand filters for additional treatment. It's like the third step in our process, just removing any additional settleable solids. From there, the flow will be disinfected. We use sodium hypochlorite, which is liquid bleach. We get it in at a stronger concentration, obviously, than household bleach. We get it in at about 15%. We'll dilute that down to about 10 to 12%. We disinfect that wastewater, put it back into the Cape Fear River, because as you know, the Cape Fear River is a viable and valuable water resource. So not only are we providing a service for the PWC customer, we're also providing a service for the downstream user, and we're protecting the environment.
So in other words, you're basically turning dirty water into clean water.
Absolutely, and we've got a short demo that we'd show you, but like I said, I'd love to spend time with folks, and if you would like to come out and take a tour of our facility, we could spend a tremendous amount of time. It allows you to ask questions, and I think if you see our process, you'll get a better understanding of what we do on a day in and day out basis. It's very interesting. Folks walk away with a better understanding of what they do, of what we do. But anyway, we can certainly show you. This is the flow that's coming in. A lot of folks have the misconception that the water coming in is it's black, or it looks, it looks very bad, but actually it doesn't. Actually, it's kind of cloudy, and you can see there are some solids in there. It's our responsibility to remove those solids. So you saw what was coming in. We'll show you what's going out to the river. Looks like drinking water.
Wow.
Like I said, this is a mere snapshot of what we do. Also, what we do, we generate a byproduct, which is sludge. It's rich in nutrients and nitrogen. We'll recondition that sludge, and we use it as a fertilizer. PWC also has a land application co-op program with farmers within Cumberland County and surrounding counties. They'll take this sludge and they'll apply it to various fields that have been permitted. It's a Class B sludge. It's not for human consumption, obviously, but we'd also like to show you what that looks like as well. Rich in nutrients and nitrogen. But like I said, that's just a mere snapshot of what we do here. There's a lot of things going on. Flow's constantly coming in and it's going out.
All right, Scott, I greatly appreciate that demonstration and you kind of breaking down with a little bit of what you guys do.
Right.
Like you said, if you can, come out here and get an actual tour. But our next stop on this virtual PWC day will be the Butler Warner Generation Plant. Scott, thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.